Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Lenovo Chromebook Duet 3. This retails for roughly $360 US, but is presently, at the time of this unboxing, on sale for roughly $260. I'll include a link in the description, and that does make it, yet again, just like its predecessor, the most affordable and possibly most desirable Chromebook here in 2022, especially one that is a two-in-one. A tablet that has a detachable keyboard. So the best of both worlds, incredibly affordable. We now have an 11-inch 16 by 10 aspect ratio display, 2000 by 1200 resolution. We have a new Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C Gen 2 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, a 5 megapixel front shooter, 8 megapixel rear camera. And this all comes in at a little over £2 with the tablet cover. Tablet alone, you're looking at 1.2. They've also added an additional Type-C port, which I think is a big win because more versatility with a Chromebook is, well, frankly, more versatility. So that means you can charge this while having a peripheral connected. You get the idea. So let's start off by taking a look at exactly what we have here. And, you know, part of what made the first generation so successful was that it was a well-made, affordable tablet that also, of course, could in many ways replace a computer. And by the way, this does also support pen input. It doesn't come with a pen, but that's pretty easy to purchase in the aftermarket. So there's that 8 megapixel camera right there. Solid construction. I like it. By the way, no Wi-Fi 6 on this for anyone that is wondering. That's not part of the picture. That's one of the corners that Lenovo had to, I don't want to say cut, but if we want this to be affordable, there's a way to make it happen. So you can see we've got some buttons here, volume rockers. Let me move this out of the way, and we'll get to the balance of the accessories in a moment. But we've got those volume rockers right there. And then on the side, we have the power button, trying to bring this into focus, if it'll cooperate. The Lenovo box seems to be a driving force, but now we're in business. So we've got that power button, speakers, Type-C port. Again, you can use this for charging or peripherals. And then another Type-C port on the other side. You may have noticed no LED here. We do have an LED over here. Of course, that 5 megapixel front-facing camera, pinhole cutout. And that's pretty much it. Only other thing to be aware of, pogo ports at the bottom for that keyboard connection. So let's go ahead and power this on. And of course, it's ready to go. And I think this does give you a pretty good blend of overall hardware. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I will connect to my network. Let's go ahead and get the keyboard out and take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. We'll let it keep charging. Because it does need to get topped off. But let's see the balance of the contents of the box here. So we get, of course, our keyboard, which I think that's one of the main appeals, is that you are getting not just a keyboard, but a carry case in essence, because it is comparable to what other manufacturers do with the Folio, with a kickstand. I mean, this is all really nice stuff to have out of the box for such a low price. With solid build quality, and I think that's part of the beauty of what Lenovo's done here. So let's go ahead, I'm going to disconnect that, and remember, pogo ports, boom, nice and easy, and of course, the case. Now, there's nowhere to store a pen on this, if you're wondering. That's just not part of the equation. As I mentioned, you can easily get a third party, or I should just say a pen. You don't need to go third party, and you'll be in business. But there's the whole package in the case. I think it's really slick looking. It follows the same design language as all of Lenovo's Android tablets. Granted, this is a Chromebook, but that's what's so unique about it, is that you do have the best of both worlds here in that it is a convertible. So now from a productivity standpoint, as soon as you throw it into this position, you pretty much have that, complete laptop experience. But remember, with an 11-inch display like this and a fairly compact keyboard and pretty small trackpad, it's going to be limiting. And if you really need to get true productivity work done, you probably want to look at the Duet 5. If you're looking for more of a hybrid machine that you can really hold in your hands, but in the event you absolutely need a keyboard, you've got it, then this checks those boxes. So it's not just about portability, but also practicality. And I think this definitely is going to live more of a life as a tablet than an Ultrabook or laptop replacement like the Duet 5. But, the screen seems good. It's responsive. And then the keyboard actually has pretty solid key travel. So I'm excited about that because that's maybe not something you expect out of such an affordable Chromebook, but it does do fairly well. Smile style Lenovo keys. And again, I'm just impressed with the travel and the host of function control keys that you have here just for quick settings that are going to be valuable for muting your audio, muting your microphone. Of course, no LEDs laid into those buttons, but still really nice. And the trackpad is just big enough, I think, again, to give you a good experience on a device like this where maybe you don't expect it and traditionally you would pay extra for it. So pretty slick. I like this magnetic back cover and the full range of motion that you can put this in pretty much will let you do anything you want with it. And that's the beauty of the Duet series, but especially this particular model, which is the sweet spot. And, so often many of you say, Ed, cover some more affordable things. I think this is going to be right up your alley. I mean, this really is, in my opinion, perfect to give as a gift to, an adult or child, student alike. It's going to be useful for whoever has their hands on it, especially if they actually use a Gmail account, which the majority of people on this planet do. So moving to the power brick that is included, last but certainly not least, and I will possibly also get to some pen input on this if that's of interest, because that is a nice thing. Even though it's not included, I think that's another real value-oriented feature that not many other manufacturers are going to provide at this sort of price point. So C-to-C cable, we have what I'm going to presume is like a 30 watt wall adapter. Plug that in, hook up the tablet, and you're in business. So I think this is a really slick piece of hardware. Again, at its price point, I would say virtually impossible to beat. I can't think of any other manufacturer right now offering something. I mean, HP has an alternative, but I don't think they've got the pricing anywhere near what is now a $260 brand spanking new Chromebook with keyboard and cover, with what appears to be solid battery life. So stay tuned for updates. If this is of interest, any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. And please stay safe. Later.